welcome once again to the Daily Video Devotional here from Blanc United Methodist Church. Start that again. Friends, welcome to our Daily Video Devotional here from Blanc United Methodist Church. I was trying to think of what to share with you this morning from Scripture to spend our time with, and I came across this passage that's in Luke chapter 6, the Gospel of Luke. In chapter 6, Jesus starts to tell them all these different riddles. And then in verse 43, and when I say riddles, they're stories to help them understand what it means to be a disciple. And in verse 43, he says this: "A good tree doesn't produce bad fruit, nor does a bad tree produce good fruit. Each tree is known by its own fruit." That is a powerful statement. Each tree is known by its own fruit. What he's doing is telling the disciples, you are like trees. And a tree that is good will produce good fruit. A tree that's not good, a tree that's bad, a tree that's rotted will not produce good fruit. And similarly, a bad tree can't produce good fruit, and a good tree won't produce bad fruit. We're known for the fruit that we produce. We're known for the fruit that we produce. Do you ever think about what fruit you're known for? I was thinking about this as I was reading that idea of not being known for what the tree looks like, but for what the fruit really is. There's a story I heard one time, a joke, and I won't retell it well, but it basically goes like this. A man driving down the road one day was cut off by someone, and he laid on his horn and he started yelling and giving that old one-finger wave. You know which one I'm talking about, right? He speeds up and he goes up next to him. He starts shouting at him, hey, who are you? You know, all that stuff, right? A police officer sees this and immediately gets behind him and pulls him over, and he's still heated even as he's on the side of the road. And the police officer stands out of the car, and all of a sudden backup arrives. All these different police cars arrive, and they surround him, and they order him to get out of the car. And panicked now, this man gets out of the car, and he gets down on the ground, and the police officer says, "Where did you steal this car from?" And the guy says, "I didn't steal this car is mine." And the police officer says, "Well, I saw the bumper sticker that had the Christian fish on it, and I just assumed that whoever was driving this car could not possibly be a Christian the way they were acting, so you must have stolen the car." It's a bad joke. I'm the first to admit that. But the joke helps us to remember a very real thing. We can say that we are Christians. We can say that we're disciples. You can be a member of a church, for goodness sake. You can sit in a pew or out in the parking lot right now. You can sing the hymns. You can even read the Bible. You can tell people that you're a Christian all you want to, but what's your fruit? What's the fruit? The fruit that we learn is the fruit of the Spirit. When the Spirit of God is within us, the fruit that we ought to show are these: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. If you need a song to help remember this, it goes like this: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. But that's what it looks like when we're following God, when we're truly following God. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like when the Spirit of God is moving within us, that we would have love, that we would have joy, that we would demonstrate what peace looks like. We wouldn't just love peace, we would be makers of peace. We would demonstrate gentleness and self-control, certainly not road rage. We'd watch the things that we say. We'd take care of those who are hurting. We'd reach out to those who are in need. We wouldn't send angry emails or write anonymous letters. When we protest, we'd protest for the better of others, not the preservation of the self. We'd call for love for our neighbors, not the lifting up of those already in ivory towers. Something to think about. What's your fruit? Something I have to ask myself. What's my fruit? Doesn't matter what the tree looks like. It's the fruit that people can understand who we are.